That's a luxury that we can't
there it
afford.
is. It started.
All right,
Yeah.
hello. Welcome back, everyone, once again to the Planet Comics Facebook and YouTube channel.
We could actually go live this week.
Yeah,
Thank God.
because last week was what we call a fifth week in comics, where technically it was the fifth week of May because it was May 31st. So like DC for that was just like, I'm gonna put out some annuals, and Marvel was like, no, and then Indie said, absolutely not. And
we had like no indie books. It was kind of bad.
yeah, DC was just like, hey, here's a Batman annual. Oh, Jody, back at
Hello.
I know things are getting back to normal when Jody's back on top of being the first one to welcome us.
There you go.
Yeah, Jody got that YouTube figured out. Oh, that's so good. Good to see you here, Jody. Yeah, we had there's Thomas close behind. I love the race. I love the race between everybody.
And where's Austin?
Austin will be here. Austin usually comes in a little bit later.
So we need Austin.
Like last minute, he'll just show up and be like, hey, what's up, Tyler and Lance? And then he'll leave. And then he'll brag about how he's the only one of our friends that watches our show.
It's true. It is.
Because Austin is the only true friend that we have.
Exactly.
We're not even friends.
All the
We're coworkers.
Yeah, we're coworkers.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen you, Thomas, but it's good to see you back in the chat.
Yeah. Good to see everyone. All right, so starting off with DC Comics. It's a crazy week for DC. It's like the amount of stories that is in here is insane. But first off, you like Batman?
Oh, who doesn't love the Dark Knight?
Batman number 124. This is kind of like an in-between issue because they just finished off the Shadow War for Batman, which was that big crossover event. That's over, and we're about to switch writers to Chip Zdarsky. So this is like Josh Williamson's last run. Missed you guys. Glad you're here. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Thomas is ready for Batman. He loves him some Batman. Don't we all love Batman?
We all love Batman.
TC
That's
loves
why he
Batman.
has 37 solo books.
That's why he has 37 solo books. What I'm excited about is that at the end of this Batman issue is a Poison Ivy like little
the
backup.
teaser.
Yeah, it's a teaser of the Poison Ivy miniseries, which is going to be so good. We'll get into that. Let's go to the Batman segment. That's right, Thomas.
It's not the DC segment. It's Batman this week, actually.
It's just the Batman week. We only have Batman. So we have cover A for Batman here. We have Can't Wait to Catch 'Em Marvel. Started a few years ago. A Fantastic Four #1, and now currently in the middle of 1994.
Oh, so you made your way through, Matthew.
Yeah, that's incredible. I don't think you know what, that sucks. We don't have Fantastic Four this week.
No, we don't.
Man, that would have been a good chance to give him a little teaser about what he can expect.
So unfortunately, Reckoning War did not continue this week.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Here's our variant cover for Batman. I like that. You can't really tell on the camera, but this is like a blue Batman, and I love blue Batman.
This is the classic blue and gray.
The blue and gray is like such an underrated Batman color scheme. But
nobody ever talks about it.
I like this cover here. This is our Pride cover for the week, and actually. Because it is Pride Month, DC, as always, they go all in on all their like Pride Month stuff like that.
And Marvel does not.
Marvel does. Over 12,000 comics read. That is crazy impressive, Matthew. I gotta do something like that. I need to take on a challenge like that one day for like it probably would be Fantastic Four. Would like some variety for sure from DC, but I cannot deny that Batman makes them money. That is true.
Batman can't deny it either.
Yeah, Batman. He's a billionaire. He just funds them. Batman is real, and he's funding DC.
It's Bruce Wayne himself.
Moving on from Batman to Batman. Batman Killing Time #4. We only have cover B left. Only one copy here of cover B of the Tom King miniseries. You know, Tom King, when he takes on Batman, it's always a little not controversial, but it's divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it. Pull Batman, all covers, please. The name is not coming up, but I know exactly who that is. That's you, Ramel. I know it. You already know, and I got you covered. But I love this and pull Killing Time. He got it. He already snagged the Tiger variant. I was going to talk about how sweet of a cover is that?
I was saying, no,
it's
like
Batman
we got that.
uppercutting a tiger.
And I was like, the only thing that could have been cooler is Batman uppercutting a dinosaur. That's already been done.
That's true. Batman has no animal can take out Batman.
No animal, dude.
Not even a penguin.
I've tried.
or a croc, maybe.
I've been reading Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman in the Marvel Universe. I'm loving it. Jonathan Hickman's run is so iconic, dude.
Anyway, this is the DC segment.
That's true.
Well, you're wrong, Tom. It's not the DC segment.
It's more Batman.
It's the Batman segment. It's Batman Beyond Neo Year number 3. This has been a big mini series. Big mini series. Is that too contradictory?
It's the return of not Miguel O'Hare. That's
Spider-Man 2099. That's
Terry McGinnis.
That's the Batman Beyond.
That's the Batman Beyond of Marvel.
That's how wired your brain is to Marvel.
Yes.
That you see future hero and you're like, yeah, Spider-Man 2099.
It's the same thing, dude.
It's Spider-Man 2099 is the Batman Beyond of Spider-Man.
And
Correct.
Batman Beyond is phenomenal.
Batman Beyond is phenomenal. Yeah.
Neo Year has been really good.
Yeah. So here is our variant cover. Look at that. I love Blade Runner. I love Cyberpunk, any kind of vibe like that, which is why books like Batman Beyond and Spider-Man 2099
Also,
is so
if you
cool
like
to me.
if you like anything like that, Neo Year is your title, dude. I'm just jumping on the chance to talk to exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Finally, you guys have
Lance
somebody.
is jumping too. Lance is like, oh man, Batman Beyond. You mean Spider-Man? Let's talk about Spider-Man.
You're like, oh boy, I sure do love Miguel O'Hare. Great guy. I can't wait for him to be voiced.
I can't let this one get derailed by Marvel though, because this is the big one. Even you read this. You understand.
I read all these.
We've been building for a while. We have Dark Crisis number 1 of 7, the first issue in DC's big event that they're going to do for the whole rest of the year. For the rest of the year, we're going to be talking about Dark Crisis.
It's so good, dude.
It's so good.
Dark Crisis number 1. There's a bunch of deaths, a bunch more deaths, a bunch of action, a bunch of plot twists already. And it's just issue 1, dude.
It's so insane. The first thing, I literally got 1 foot into the door here at the Planet, and both you and Elijah are just like, have you Dark Crisis? Have you finished Dark Crisis? Have you read Dark Crisis? What are you doing Dark Crisis? And I'm like, oh, whoa, hang on.
You just walked in, dude.
Whoa, relax. Yeah.
I had to talk about it.
It's
phenomenal.
Good.
It really
Basically, if you guys don't remember the plot of this, is the Justice League are dead.
Very.
All these guys, all the A-listers, they are dead. They're not going to be around for this whole event, at least. And so right now, John Kent and Nightwing and Wally West put me in for Dark Crisis. You got it, Jody. Where's a
choice,
paper
man.
I can get you to write? There's some
pen
pins
too.
hidden back there. But so the Justice League are dead, and it's up to Wally West, Dick Grayson, and John Kent to all the legacy heroes, because one of the most important parts of DC that separates them from everyone else is their legacy characters.
And the fact that the characters actually grow.
They grow and change. Wally West, the most
great.
famous Flash, started as Kid Flash, and he had a long run as Kid Flash, and that's what's so good. And I love that finally, even though legacy is so important to DC, we've never had a crisis that's covered only legacy characters.
Yep.
And that's what this is.
The only character that's not legacy on there is Hal Jordan.
It's Hal Jordan.
And technically he's a legacy character based off of
Alan Scott.
Alan Scott, yeah.
So we got several variant covers of this. So here's this variant showing, as I said, the Justice League are dead. Here's a close-up image of Batman's death as he's getting eviscerated.
So he's getting torn apart molecule by molecule.
By Pariah.
Pariah.
The main villain. If you guys read the original Crisis on Infinite Earths,
I'll say definitely read Road to Dark Crisis number 1 first, and Death of the Justice League.
Absolutely.
You got to read those two before you read Dark Crisis 1.
Thomas will take a Dark Crisis as well.
Got it.
All right, Thomas, if you see any variants, let us know. But otherwise, I will make sure you get a copy. I'll have it on your pull list. Here is, speaking of legacies, here's another variant cover showing off the newest generation of DC heroes. Again, John Kent, Superman. We have Yara Flor, Wonder Girl, and Jace Fox, Batman of I Am Batman fame. So that's like our most recent
Batman
generation.
of New York.
And what's funny, because these three have never interacted, and they interact for the first time in this comic, and that interaction doesn't quite go how you would maybe think it would go. This cover is interesting.
Maybe it goes exactly how you think it would go.
Oh, maybe. This cover is interesting. I've been staring at it for a while. So don't be fooled. It says Crisis on Infinite Earth. It says this is, a callback to the most famous story in DC Comics history, Crisis on Infinite Earth.
The one that reset everything.
Yeah, of course. And what's cool is this is just like little windows into the multiverse of DC, as in like all the different media, because on the back here, it continues, we have representation from the Suicide Squad, the movie, the James Gunn movie. We have the Shazam movies back here in the front. I see we got Jason Momoa, Aquaman. So this is Stargirl. There's
I thought that was Spider-Man. I thought that was Miles Morales.
Not yet, Lance. Whoa, boy, easy.
I'm sorry. Marvel's on the brain, dude.
No, yeah.
Always.
So that's a really interesting cover.
Right, here's another really good cover.
This one is like the one they use for their checklist at the back of the book. And so we have, it's poor John getting devoured by the darkness. The great darkness. It's devouring him.
It's the most stereotypical comic book name, and I love it.
It's the Great Darkness.
Everybody's terrified.
Everyone's terrified. It's so good. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's so cool. And also, you guys can get a closer look once you get a shot at once you pick up your copy of Dark Crisis today. But at the very back here, we have our Dark Crisis checklist, and you'll see on the very last page It'll walk you through everything that if you don't need to follow along all of them, but for event
You
comics,
should
you
do it
want
anyway.
if you want the full picture,
Yeah.
that'll take care
It's
of it.
tie-ins and all that good stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
One of my personal favorites coming up next.
Yeah, moving up to
More Batman.
Elseworlds. More Batman. Not really. Dark
No.
Knights of Steel. This is actually a callback to, this cover is a callback to Metal.
Mhm.
When Batman rode the Joker dragon.
Which is
That's a
weird,
real
because
sentence. That's a
Metal
real
is
thing.
Metal.
Metal was metal. It was metal.
Full Dark Crisis all covers.
Got you. Absolutely got you, Ramel. Whew. But yeah, so I have not read
I have read Dark Knights of Steel.
and how much can you gush about it without spoiling?
I'm not
For
going to
my
spoil
little
anything
ears.
because he has to read it.
Yeah.
Dark Knights of Steel, if you've been reading it, you know that this book is fantastic. It's an Elseworld story that takes place in the medieval times about Batman and Superman being brothers.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
And
Yeah.
you should, and if that concept interests you at all, definitely pick this one up because it's finally
Oh.
continuing with 7 out of 12.
Yeah, we're almost there, almost near the end.
5 issues left.
Here is our variant cover for that, showing off what I would assume is Steel, or Natasha Irons maybe, or maybe someone from the Marvel family. I don't know who these two are.
I'm pretty sure that's the top. I think that's Thunder and Lightning.
Oh,
Mhm.
It is. It's Thunder and Lightning, Black Lightning's daughters.
Yep.
That's exactly who it is. Very cool. And then moving on to Earth Prime, The Flash, number 506. If you guys remember, Earth Prime is actually the CW continuity in comics. So
It's the crossover event that's happening in the comics
what I've
because they
been
couldn't do it in real life.
Yeah, well, budgets. Natasha Romanoff. No, afraid not Thomas. Natasha Steele or Irons. Why keep saying Steele? Her name is
Natasha
Steele.
Irons.
Her Natasha Irons.
Well, she's still 2.
Yeah, niece of John Henry Irons.
Pull all Dark Knights covers, please. And I can't believe
Believe it or
it.
not.
That's what I said, right?
I know.
It's fantastic.
Hey,
It's
there's
so
a, there's
good.
a lot of comics, man.
I know, bro. But Dark Knights of Steel's got to be on your
We
list.
got a stack a mile high, man.
And
I will read Dark Knight of Steel.
So if you're a fan of the Flash or any of the CW stuff like that, I definitely recommend reading Earth Prime.
And then we can show you the worst variant cover of all time.
It's pretty bad.
It's a poster for the Flash.
It's just the Flash season 5 poster or
You-
season 6.
You should have seen when me and Katie were doing it, and we had the Superman and Lois of this issue.
Yep.
And on the back of the book, there's always an ad on the back. At the time, it was an ad for Superman and Lois. The variant cover was the ad.
ad.
So you flip it around, and it was the exact
It's the
same.
variant.
It was the same
Hey,
thing.
at least the Superman and Lois poster is really good though.
We
cool.
had for the Earth Prime books, we've had Stargirl, Legends, Flash,
Batwoman.
Batwoman,
And I think all that's left is Legends.
no, we already did Legends.
Okay, wait. So Stargirl, Superman and Lois, the Flash, Batgirl or Batwoman.
Yeah.
Who else? Whatever. We'll get there. It
I've been trying to figure out who that sixth.
can't be Supergirl because that's already ended.
It's already ended, and it can't be Arrow. That's already ended too.
Yeah, it's already ended too. Is it?
Naomi?
It
No, I
might-
think maybe Naomi.
It's not Naomi.
It could be.
It might be. It might be Naomi.
That
But
might
it
be.
also got canceled. I hate these posters. Dude. I don't blame you.
Yeah, the
Although
poster
watch
covers
Superman and Lois if you haven't seen it.
the Flash is the only one left. No, so we already covered the Flash. I don't know who is.
Also, there's one more. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So up next though.
Up next, back in the mainline continuity, sort of. Flashpoint Beyond, number 2 of 6. This has been interesting because a lot of people were asking me, what is the big DC event for this summer and this year? Because it's kind of surprising that Flashpoint Beyond and Dark Crisis are happening at the same time.
Mhm.
But just to make it clear, Flashpoint Beyond is a mini series that will probably have ramifications maybe into like very specific books of DC.
It's definitely more about Thomas Wayne as Batman
Yeah.
and what affects him after Tom King's run of the Batman.
Yeah.
It's
So
definitely much more about that.
it's
than it is
not
of
a
Crisis.
universal crisis level thing. Like
It's not.
the rumors are by the end of this book, we'll have a new Legion of Superheroes book and a new Justice Society book.
I hope so.
So that might be the biggest ramifications that come from this.
Mhm.
But Dark Crisis is this affects everyone. The entire universe is at stake. Every single comic is
The-
getting involved in
The
one way or
darkness is going to
another.
take over.
The darkness is going to take over. Much like that. So that just to clear up, that is the difference between Flashpoint Beyond and Dark Crisis. Here is our variant cover for Flashpoint Beyond. He meant the Flash is still the only one airing. That must be that is true actually. Yeah, Legends is over. It got canceled.
Superman and Lois is still going.
You're right.
Superman
so
and Lois
good.
and Stargirl are still going too.
Superman and Lois is so good.
Superman and Lois is a phenomenal
Oh,
show.
man.
Love it. So Stargirl. So Stargirl is coming out with season 3 next year, and Superman and Lois is coming out with season 3 next year too. But it's still going on season 2 right now.
And unfortunately, we only got one shot at this one. But for those of you who are wanting to pick up Dark Crisis or who have already claimed one here on the show, we have an official Dark Crisis Prelude. It's a re-release of the Death of the Justice League issue, which is one of 2 books that is probably super mandatory in reading. Probably just this one. You really could pick up this and Dark Crisis.
Although
and
I
think
still
you could-
recommend reading Road to Dark Crisis #1.
Road to Dark Crisis #1 is great. We have plenty of copies here at the Planet for that still as well.
Definitely.
Also, Black Adam 2 trailer tomorrow. Pretty excited for it. More so than Aquaman and Shazam 2. I'm more excited.
I'm more excited about Shazam too.
Oh, Thomas nailed it. He got that one shot. All right, this
There
is
you go.
this is for Thomas. It's as far as the movies of DC goes, it's like I think Shazam 2. Because that first Shazam,
That's what I'm saying too.
that first Shazam is so good. Oh man. Another one that we only have one shot for you guys is Monkey Prince #5. I like this Monkey Prince miniseries.
I have not been
A
reading.
lot of people aren't reading it, and it's like, which is funny because probably like, how are you reading Dark Knights? You're not reading Dark Knights of Steel, but you're reading Monkey Prince. That's me. I'm the
That's
guy.
you. You're that guy. Good job.
I like the Sun Wukong thing. You know, being a Dragon Ball fan growing up, you could just I'm a sucker for
It's
it.
not like the chimp. I don't care.
Detective Chimp's the best. He is the best monkey in the DC.
He's the
universe.
best monkey in the DC universe.
That's very true. Moving on to another new series, another new miniseries.
A Pride series.
Yes, Pride series. Definitely need to catch up with Death of Justice League.
Oh,
Well,
you have
that one will cover it for
There
you,
you go.
Thomas. But here we have Multiversity, Teen Justice #1. So Multiversity, I don't know if you ever read the Grant Morrison Multiversity.
I did not.
That is when Grant Morrison back in 2014, I believe, mapped out the entire DC multiverse and really defined what every single Earth quote is in the DC universe. And so one of them was Earth 11, I believe, which is the classic gender swapped Earth, where that speaks for itself.
It has to happen.
And so finally, we're doing this multiversity miniseries where every single Earth is going to get, like they're going to get like their own little miniseries to talk about more what they do. That's
Yeah.
what Grant Morrison intended to
And now we got Teen Justice coming out of that.
Yeah, Teen Justice from it's like the Young Justice from Earth 11. It's the gender swap Young Justice.
No, it's Teen Justice.
Teen
It's
Justice,
different.
right?
Yeah.
The multiverse, man.
Multiverse, am I right?
And then here's our Robin. I wonder who this Robin is. I wonder if it's like is like Tim Drake?
I was
Is
saying it's like Tamina Drake or
Tamina
something.
Drake.
Tamina Drake.
like Tina Drake.
Tina Drake, that works better.
That's
Tamina.
that's no, I like Tamina Drake.
Tamina Drake.
Pull Teen Justice all covers.
Got
Got
it.
your mail, and we also have plenty other covers or copies of that as well.
Do I
Tina
need to be
Drake.
writing down that stuff too? I don't think so.
I know. Remember, we got them covered.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the name doesn't show up. I know who that is.
I
I know.
know it's Ramel.
Yeah, I know. All right, so then we have number 1 of 4, Nubia, Queen of the Amazons. Long live the Queen. This is cool because like Nubia is just on her way to getting her own ongoing series.
That's one that I did not know was going to come out, to be honest with you.
She had that other miniseries that was such a huge hit, and now it's like I've seen it happen before. It's like with Robin with Tim Drake. It's like they gave him one miniseries, blew up. Gave him another one, it blew up. Maybe one more, it blew up, and then Tim
So
Drake,
good.
he became the first one to get an ongoing series. That's what's happening with Nubia right now. She's on her second miniseries here, and if this one does just as well, they're definitely testing. And Nubia is on her way to getting her own ongoing series. It's very excited. But if you want to hop in on and learn more about her now, this is going to be number 1 of 4. So good
New
chance.
story arc. It's a good time.
New story arc, yeah. And so here is our variant cover.
Very artistic.
Oh, I love that. I mean, got the bird there. One day I'll see Ramel in the chat again. Yeah, it is. If you guys pick the same platform, YouTube's easier though. I understand.
It is.
And then I believe this is going to be a new series as well. Pull Nubia all covers. We got you. Absolutely.
That's a
And
good choice, I think.
Oh.
I
think
like
so.
the last one, but I haven't read this
Nubia
newest
is
one.
cool, yeah. And so we have another new miniseries also showing off for Pride. Poison Ivy. Humanity had its chance.
This one is one I'm very excited about because Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are like officially broken up right now, and Harley
Yeah.
Quinn's off doing her.
They're on a break.
They're on a break. She's off doing her killing thing, and now Poison Ivy's like, I'm just gonna go full on villain mode.
Yeah, Harley's like, I'm gonna go be like an anti-hero, like leaning more towards hero, and Poison Ivy's like, cool, I'm gonna go back to being an eco-terrorist again.
Exactly,
So
I
I'll
can't
catch
wait.
you around. Humanity had its chance. Time to
Yeah,
kill him.
there you go.
I love just crazy eco-terrorist Poison Ivy.
I do too.
So that's why I'm excited about this one. And what a beautiful Pride variant for this one. Oh man, just colorful flowers to represent the rainbow.
I hate
bullshit.
YouTube Premium, but it's also a fantastic option. Yeah,
Yeah, but this kind of reminds me of pretty much any Poison Ivy variant cover. Reminds me of Humanity has had its chance. Reminds me of Injustice 2.
it does.
The gear options.
I love Injustice 2, dude.
Injustice 2 is so good. And then here is our final variant for Poison Ivy. That looks like more classic. If I think Poison Ivy, like that's exactly the kind of design.
It's
that I
very
think
like
of her.
1960s Ivy.
Yeah, for sure. It's like Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
She's gonna like make
She's
Robin
gonna-
and Batman
I
fight
was
each other.
saying they're gonna kiss with rubber lips or something like that.
Rubber lips is something I don't remember the whole quote.
I don't really care that much.
Poison
Poison
Ivy,
Ivy.
all covers, absolutely. And finally, in terms of ongoing series for DC, we have DC Pride 2022. This is an anthology book, a one-shot, depicting short stories featuring all the characters that represent the LGBT spectrum of
It's got characters
DC
like
universe.
Superboy or Superman. Sorry.
Yeah.
Superman, John Kent. It's got like Tim Drake Robin, I think that is. It's got a few others.
Yeah. Rubber lips sink ships. That's not the quote either.
I
but
don't think that's the
That's what he said to her.
rubber lip sink ship.
And she's like, "What?" He's like, "I don't know. I didn't have time to think of a comeback."
I had to say it.
Didn't have time. But I read this full thing. A lot of really interesting stories. Good way to learn more about characters you might not have
Did
been aware
Kevin
of.
Conroy write something to this?
He did. The very last story in this is written by Kevin Conroy,
The
aka
voice of Batman.
the voice of Batman, the Batman animated series, the Arkham games. He is the Batman.
The best Batman.
Yeah.
If you've heard Batman's voice in anything that's not live action, it's probably Kevin Conroy.
And it's so good. And so he has a very good biographical story that he wrote himself in this.
Mhm.
It's so cool. Love that. And we have some Pride. We have Pride variants for Pride. Look at that. Imagine that. This one's kind of a double-sided poster variant showing off more of the main cast here. Very cool. That woman's a little too far to the side. She's one of the first
I
ones.
say she
should be
she should be like slap in the middle.
Yeah, like she.
Also, something that's interesting is that Dreamer here.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Dreamer is a character that originated in the Supergirl TV show and since then has made her way into comics.
Yeah, it's actually
Cool.
this is her comic debut.
Yeah.
After this, it'll be Son of Kal-El. She's gonna appear in that, and then that'll be her very first.
And she deserves it because she's one of the better parts of Supergirl.
Oh man, she really is. And our final Pride variant here, we got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Which is ironic.
One of the just thought about. Now, how to break? Just not break.
They're on a break.
It's like Friends. It's like Ross and Rachel.
I don't think it's like that.
You know, they were on a
Full
break.
DC Pride, all covers.
All covers. We got
got
you. And so the one thing, it's been a while since I've gotten to do this, but I always like to try and find a trade that I can talk about. And I saw this and got so excited. Static Season 1. You know how much I love
I love
Milestone and Statics, aka Static Shock.
Mhm.
Oh man, this series, the art is incredible, and this is the entire miniseries of Static since they brought Milestone back. So if you want to, I think it's confirmed he's getting a season 2. So if you want to be all read up and learn more about Static, this new interpretation of him,
I'd read it.
oh man,
It's good.
because
it's a really
and
good
it's
miniseries.
a nice hardcover too. If someone on this show doesn't take it, I'm taking it because I just love Static so much,
Fair enough.
and I can't get enough of him. But that's gonna do it for DC.
All right. So now we're going on the Marvel.
You think you can rival that? You think Marvel can rival Dark Crisis? This week?
Honestly, no, because it's the stack compared to your stack is pretty thin.
Can you put that Purse Bride parry in my pull box as well as the Static comic for Isaiah Beasley? Oh, how adorable, Harley and Ivy. You know they're great. Absolutely.
It's fun.
Write down Isaiah for me, and you got
I got
that.
you.
You got the Static.
You got it.
He
You got
got
static
he-
as well.
he got
so
the,
you got the Pride variant and static.
Yeah, you got the DC Pride and the Static.
Got it. I think I spelled. I did not. That's whatever. It's fine.
It doesn't matter how it's spelled.
It's fine.
If you can read it, that's all that matters.
I sure can. Pride
And
variant 1, and then static. All right.
now then,
So up next, we finally have the Marvel segment. All right. First things first, we have Marvel Zero War. It's the
Fortnite.
It's the Fortnite crossover event.
Fortnite.
They've been really building up to this. In the back of these things, the reason why they're all covered in plastic is because much like the Batman crossover book, these have codes in the back of them that give you access to a Spider-Man skin in the game.
And so it's
$1 more.
It's a new Spider-Man. It's a new Spider-Man
It's a
skin.
new Spider-Man
because
skin.
Spider-Man's already in Fortnite.
Yeah, he got out of the Fortnite during No Way Home. However, this is a new Spider-Man skin that is exclusive to this book for now.
Yeah.
So if you're into the game, if you're into Marvel, pick it up.
Yeah, I know
It's
Thomas was asking questions. Yes, we already got you covered on that front. If you see any of these variants that you like, Thomas, let us know.
We have
Otherwise,
a lot of variants.
we'll just snag you a copy of that standard one.
All right.
So here's our
Variant
first.
number 2 or variant number 1. Sorry.
So,
As you can see there, you got plenty of Marvel characters. You got Wolverine up the other way. Wolverine down here. You got Spider-Man right up there. And you got a bunch of Fortnite characters alongside them.
is The Rock in this one?
The Rock is
The Rock was in the Batman one.
Is The Rock in the Batman one?
Well, it's he's the mask character. But remember that,
He
that
is.
when they revealed that The
He
Rock
is. Yeah,
is
it's
in
revealed as The
Fortnite.
Rock. That's
yeah,
hilarious.
that means that retroactively The Rock was in the
Batman comic.
The Batman comic.
I don't know if The Rock's in this one. I haven't read it yet
No.
because I can't bust up on one of these. Up next, we have this variant as well. This one's mainly a patch-centered one. You know, you got some more Fortnite characters there. You got good old Logan in the back.
Thomas has confirmed that is The Rock.
That is The Rock.
That's The Rock. So The Rock is also on these covers as well.
Fantastic. Up next, we have this variant, my personal favorite.
It's my favorite too.
It's a really good one. Like the yellow in the background with with Wolverine and Spidey. And who doesn't love Wolverine and Spidey and one comic together?
Yeah, I mean that's like that is the A team.
I'll say it really is.
And then with pricey variants,
Okay.
if you're really dedicated to Marvel and Fortnite.
So this is our 1 in 24. It's gonna be $24.99 or 125. Sorry,
Yeah.
$24.99. Let me see.
Zero War all covers, please. And Thomas wants Wolverine and Spider-Man.
You got it.
All right.
All right. So we got this cover, like I said, $24.99 altogether. All right. Then we have this one, which are most pricey variant. This is $49.99.
Hard to show off because of the plastic wrapping.
It's wrapped in two separate
it's
things.
showing
of
off
plastic.
Wolverine, and as we talked about, it's Wolverine in the brown and
And a
tan,
black- oh, I love
the
the
golden
brown and
tan,
I love it.
the best Wolverine suit.
All right. So Thomas wanted the brown. Let me add
The-
that to.
Yeah. You wanted the Wolverine Spidey cover, and that's the end of Fortnite
For now.
for now.
We have more Fortnite coming up.
It'll be better.
All right. Up next, we have the new X-Men book that came out, or not the new one, but it came out like a couple months ago.
New issue of
New
the movie.
issue of the new one. It's called Marauders. This one, if you're a big fan of characters like Psylocke and some of the B-listers, then this is the comic book for you. Let me tell you, man. It also ties into the current storyline that's going on and the build up to
Judgment Day?
not only the Judgment Day, but also to the Hellfire Gala.
All right, the Hellfire Gala's coming up.
I said, how could you forget about the Hellfire Gala?
Yeah,
We
I
have
know.
no variants for that one, unfortunately. All right. Coming up next, we have one of my personal favorites from this week. We have Donny Cates' Thor run, right? It's the crossover between Thor and the Hulk. It's called Banner of War. This is part 5, I think, of 6, something like that.
Yeah,
Part 4. Part 4 of 5. Right?
it's
I
for
tried to get into Marauders, but man, it was a struggle. Yeah, but
you know, X-Men's
X-Men's hard.
deep. It goes deep.
It really does.
It's just like I don't know how to swim, and I'm just gonna head first and like
That's
the
exactly
the
what it's
deep
like.
end, and then maybe
No
all-
floaties.
Yeah,
Nothing like that.
yeah.
So this one you can see the Thor Hulk here destroying the Rainbow Bridge. Really cool stuff.
Mhm.
I love this issue. If you're into that, if you love Thor versus Hulk, definitely read it.
Yeah.
X-Men are intimidating. Indeed they are.
Indeed.
Indeed they are. All right. So now we have the only Pride variant, I believe. And I believe that is of Valkyrie.
MCU Valkyrie.
MCU
right?
Valkyrie.
Or
yes.
is it the same? I don't know much about.
No. Right now, Valkyrie in the comics is Jane Foster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
We'll get to that.
So we'll get to that because we have Jane Foster coming up.
Yeah.
So that's another one. This is our Pride variant. Really cool. Really nice.
Pull for all covers.
You got it.
You got it. We'll show off what you're getting here with this last cover.
All right. And then this last cover, my favorite. Look at those colors, man. It's classic Hulk.
Oh, that is.
It's Sakaar Hulk versus Thor. I love the classic versions of these
What's
characters.
the
right?
significance of like that armor for Hulk?
That armor for Hulk is from World War Hulk.
Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
so, but I didn't know.
It's
for sure.
Sakaarian. It's wherever he got stuck on Sakaar, and then because the Illuminati shot him off in space.
What arc/story would you recommend to kind of dip your toes into the X-Men?
Ooh, that is a good question, man. I would honestly just start from the beginning.
Beginning of like
beginning of like
the very
the
first.
very first X-Men team. That is probably where you're gonna want to start.
Hop on like Marvel. Was it Marvel Unlimited? Is it their app?
Marvel Unlimited. I would
Yeah.
hop on Marvel Unlimited, and I would start from the very first X-Men book, which I think is Uncanny. If I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
So I would definitely recommend that. This is a variant cover. Hold on, let me get the
Yeah.
actual covers first.
This is big because
All right.
I know we haven't got a chance for you to flex your Star Wars
I
muscles.
do. I love Star Wars. So coming up next is the next chapter in the Crimson Reign arc. Well, it's more of a tie in this comic. It's the continuation of Star Wars with issue 24, I think.
24.
Yeah, number 24.
What's happening in Crimson Reign?
Crimson Reign is basically whenever Maul has his whole Crimson Dawn stuff going on.
Which if you watched Solo, they talk about
If
that
you watch
in the
Solo, they talk about that. They'll also talk about a little bit at the end of Clone Wars during season 7. And now they are basically deciding to come out of the underworld and overtake it.
Okay.
Everybody's fighting against them, including like Jedi, Sith, all of them. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of like the solo characters in it. If you like those, like Kira, I think her name was.
Yeah.
She is basically the main antagonist of this event.
Okay.
All right.
We
Up
some
next, we have
variants.
some variants, including this one, the comic book action
The
figure
action
one.
cover, action figure cover. What do you think about the action figure variants?
I'm not too much of a fan of the action figure variants.
What about Star Wars action figures in general? You collect a lot of like the action figures. When it comes to collecting for Star Wars, where do you go?
Whenever it comes to me, I collect Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, Lego
and
Star Wars.
also like lightsabers. I like replicas like that.
The Han Solo and Chewbacca comic is surprisingly good. To be honest,
the Han Solo Chewbacca comic, in my opinion, is the second best comic out right now. Like in terms of Star Wars,
really,
right
What's the
behind
first?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Yeah,
Darth Vader's so good.
Is
Darth
it-
Vader never misses, dude.
is Doctor Aphra third?
Doctor, oh man, maybe Doctor Aphis first. Okay, I don't know. I'm not caught up on
Yeah.
Aphra right now. I need to read it.
I didn't even catch up on all of them.
During the last one, here we go. This is my favorite cover. I
Yeah.
love it. I mean, like it doesn't
Classic.
really follow Luke, but it's classic Luke and Leia.
My favorite Luke is Return of the Jedi Luke. I like the green
I
lightsaber.
love
I like
it.
the black outfit.
I like Mando's look. I like the Mando look where it has like the outfit underneath, but it has like the classic Jedi robes over it. I love it.
That is very cool.
All right, up next we have Legion of X.
This is going to be number 2.
This is number 2. Yes. So we had issue 1 come out not last week, but the week before that. So I guess this is coming out every other week. I definitely recommend reading Legion of X. I like the team that's got going on. It's a little bit confusing if you have no clue what's going on in the current X-Men run. That's every X-Men run.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're a fan of the Juggernaut, pick up this comic, dude. He's great.
Oh, I did. Yeah, here Juggernaut's like the show stealer. In this.
And then we got the variant cover for that. It's a little bit of a palette swap, but still very much the same color scheme.
right. Okay.
Up next, this one was my most anticipated of the month. Jane Foster Thor #1. Vader, Aphra, Solo, and Chewie.
All seem
They're
very
all
fun.
fun. They're all very good. But right now, we have the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor #1. This is a 6-issue miniseries that's coming out right now where Thor has gone missing. I believe it takes place before Banner of War.
Okay.
So it takes place during Donny Cates' run before Banner of War, where Jane Foster has to pick up the hammer yet again to find Thor, who has gone missing. And not even Lady Sif, who's right now the protector of the 9 realms.
Mhm.
She's basically Heimdall. She can't even find Thor.
Really. Okay.
Yep.
So and good old corporate synergy.
Corporate
I
synergy.
noticed the hammer is broken in this one, similar to how it's broken in the movie.
So it's actually not broken.
Okay, it's not.
It looks broken, but it's not broken. That is Odin's essence inside of it. That's what's going on with Donny Cates' run.
Interesting.
Mighty-
I'll say Mighty Thor #1 added to the list.
You got it, man.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll put this one right up here. Let me see. Thomas. Mighty Thor.
Here, while he's doing that, I'll show off some variants. We have the Momoko variant. I love when she draws Jane Foster. Matthew DeCabez put me down for Mighty Thor #1 as well. Yeah,
Got it, Matthew.
Yeah, get him down for that one. Absolutely. I love when Momoko draws like all the female characters. Draws them so well. Pull Jane Foster, all covers for Amel as well. You want to
Got
write
it.
that one down? Man, this
Don't
one's
have to write that
blowing up. This one's.
I don't blame you. It's a great miniseries and it has a great start so far too.
Here's another great. It's a Stormbreakers variant. A nice action shot of Jane, looking super cool. And
We have our pricier variants coming up now. This
Yeah.
are 1 in 25, so it's gonna be $24.99. As you can see there, you got Thor in the background, very classic Thor, and you got Jane Foster, and they're all fighting in front of the Rainbow Bridge. Nice little action shot of her running towards the camera.
I love it.
And then this is our 1 in 50 variant. This
Which,
one is
I mean, so good.
it's so good. This is a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That's Valkyrie Jane Foster. She is wielding her sword right now. Very cool.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's one of those things where like normally with like the $50 variants, I'm like, I don't know, man. Oh, Tom, so the Stormbreakers variant, you got it. If we had multiple copies of the Stormbreakers variant, I would definitely snag one up. If not, Ramel's got that one locked down.
Let me see. Stormbreakers.
Yeah, write that down when you look for it after the show. But with the $50 variants, sometimes I'm like, I don't know about that. It's
that
like
one is so good.
that
one's
one-
really great.
that one is really great.
How these little out of order. There
You
you go.
did.
All right.
Dang, she's
So-
buff on the cover, right?
I know, dude.
How can you not love it?
So up next, should put her in the lady segment. So up next we got Venom #8. So right now, as you guys know, Venom
Venom
is
is
the King
being-
of Black, and he is actually fighting Kang the Conqueror out of all characters. So if you're into the Venom run and if you're into what they've been doing with him, pick it up, man.
Seeing everyone's reaction to that Venom cover has been so funny. Like, it's more people are learning about Kang the Conqueror and who he
Yeah.
is due to the MCU.
They're
and
like,
how
why is he fighting Kang the Conqueror?
everyone is
That's
walking up and looking at this cover. Yeah, like, why is Venom being ripped in half by Kang the Conqueror? And then it's like, oh well, he's the king of all symbiotes.
I'd
now.
say he's a god right now, technically. So he's showing. As a matter of fact, the next Thor run is going to be him versus Venom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we have a few variants for this new Venom run too. We have the Scroll variants.
Our
One of
old
the better,
pal, the scroll variants.
one of the better Scroll variants, in my opinion.
It actually is.
Yeah.
It's actually
Looks
not
pretty
bad.
cool. Looks pretty nice. Then we have our better pal. We're not done with Fortnite, obviously, because we have the Fortnite variant.
Is that like a Fortnite character?
I have no
or
idea.
Creature that has the symbiote?
I think that's a Fortnite creature right there. I have no clue though because I don't play Fortnite.
Oh no, it's just a guy. It's a guy. It's a Fortnite dude who has a symbiote. I think.
Symbiote,
I,
not symbiote.
90s cartoon. You cannot.
Don't
change
care. Anyway, so up next we got the 1 in 25 variant. This one is quite cool. It's got more of a godlike looking Venom. Honestly,
Well, you said he is a god,
he is a god.
so he's more of a godly appearance.
Yeah,
to-
he
to-
does.
to
He
match.
does.
Full Venom all covers, and I'm looking forward to Venom versus Thor.
I'm also looking forward to that one. I really am. I love Tony Cates, and I like the way he writes Thor.
What do you think about his Hulk run? Moving on.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about this Hulk run because that hasn't came out this week, so I don't have to talk about it.
True.
So up next, this one shocked me a good bit. Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, is he getting his own series or ongoing or what's going on, right? This is actually all of his appearances in one book. All of his comic appearances in one book. So it's got Star Wars issues 15 and 20. It's got Darth Vader 16 and 17. It's got a lot of stuff. Let's see, that's the non-canon version of Carnage and Venom together.
The Fortnite.
Okay. All right.
I was
That
not
makes
aware of
sense.
that.
I
So
had
you
no
know, it's
clue,
like I
man.
got DC, got Marvel. Thomas hits with the Fortnite board.
There you go, bro. That's
I
what
don't
you're
know.
getting with.
Yeah. So this is every story that Black Chrysanthemum has been a part of in the comics.
Now,
Because
if you
he's a
want to
comic
know,
original character.
he's a comic original character, and he showed up most recently in Book of Boba Fett. If you want to know more about his backstory and who he is as a character, I definitely recommend picking this up because I love his first appearance in Star Wars number 15.
He is a terrifying character.
He is a beast, man.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster.
And here's one of the worst variants I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. It's a screenshot of the Book of Boba Fett. So
Thomas is gonna grab Black Chrysanthemum.
fair enough. All right, I have to write you down for that too.
Absolutely. No one's jumping on the screenshot of Book of Boba Fett cover.
Put Black Cat on Flex on his name.
That's
All right.
all
And
right.
I saved
Ramel's. We'll have to grab a Black Chrysanthemum for Ramel. A regular Black Chrysanthemum.
regular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Yeah, write down like
times 2. I don't know.
There you go.
This has been very
Nah.
messy.
you'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. All right. So up next we have all new, all different Savage Avengers. Don't let it be mistaken. This is the newest run of Savage Avengers with Elektra Daredevil in it, which is the main reason why I'm going to read it.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Elektra Daredevil.
I love Elektra
Which
Daredevil.
Elektra in general, you're just a fan. of.
I love Elektra, and I love the fact that she became Daredevil. I love the fact that she's finally going to be on a team. If you like King Conan, he's also leading this one again. So I definitely recommend picking this up if you're a fan of that. All right, we have no variants for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't.
And we said everybody's favorite character for last, the Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Issue 3. Now, if you guys have been reading the this current run, they have all let off on massive cliffhangers. This takes place after that, and it's actually a very brutal issue.
Well, I mean, well, when the cover is Tombstone tearing Spider-Man's mask in half, and
He's got his sharp, pointy teeth up there, and
his
blood
hands are
all over
all
his-
bloody.
it's
Man.
very.
Well, and I know you're a big fan of Tombstone as a character.
I am. I know you're not.
I'm not.
I
I'm certainly not.
love Tombstone as a character. I love him and the way that he's being written in this arc. I'm very back and forth on this current run, but I'm liking where they're heading with the direction. Let's see. I'm kind of digging the Amazing Spider-Man right now, honestly. The one thing I've got to say that really annoys me is with the Amazing Spider-Man, I don't like the way they're doing Peter Parker and Mary Jane.
Matthew's asking, do you have Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 also?
I know we have 2.
I know. Do you have in the Greenville store? Have you noticed we have number 1 at the Greenville store?
No, we sold out of number 1 at the previous store.
We might. Matthew, if you want, I can check for
We'll
you after the
definitely
show.
check
And if we have number 1 and 2, would you like me to have you down for 1, 2, and 3 for all 3 of them? Then if so, let me know.
I definitely recommend picking up this issue though, because it gives you a little bit more context on who Mary Jane's dating right now, and it gives you a lot of context on who Tombstone is and why he does the things he does.
All right, yeah. So we will find. We'll see if we have Spider-Man 1 and 2 for Matthew, and if we do, we'll snag number 3 for him as well.
Of course.
All right. So moving on to the indie segment. So we're gonna start off with a series I actually do know quite a bit about. This is Oblivion Song number 36. I don't know how much longer it's got to go. I know Robert Kirkman said he's
Full
near.
Amazing Spider-Man.
We got you. Yep. We didn't. No variants for Amazing Spider-Man. How crazy was that?
We had one variant. It was the scroll variant, and we sold it off.
It sold. Yeah, immediately.
Somebody asked for it on their pull list.
But yeah, with Oblivion Song, it's definitely one of those things where it's good to pick up in trades. I love it, and like the people come in and ask me at our graded comics here at the store, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, what's the best graded comic to buy? To invest?" And I always tell them Oblivion Song number 1 that we have, because Robert Kirkman, Walking Dead, Invincible.
man.
It's only a matter of time before this one becomes
It's gonna happen.
the next big movie or show. It's just gonna happen.
It has to. It's Robert Kirkman. He has that little spell.
So I want to start off with that big, well-known name that I was excited to see again. But moving on to a new number one from Aftershock, we have Astronaut Down. This is kind of like pretty much. This seems like a really cool space.
Is that from Aftershock?
It is. Were you not aware?
That is crazy. I was not aware. I read it.
What do you know about Aftershock?
Nothing.
Oh,
Next to nothing.
you called him out like you knew something about them. Like, oh wow, Aftershock.
No, I was confused because I know about Aftershock, but I didn't know that this was tied into it.
I mean, because I know.
What art would you? So Electra Daredevil only has been around for a year or so, maybe two. She, I would definitely recommend starting off with who wrote it? It was Chip Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky's
Yeah,
Daredevil.
Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil.
Read that entire run. Honestly, pick up the trade, pick up the omnibus, do what you need to do. Read Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run, and that's whenever she becomes Daredevil. Is about halfway through that.
I'm gonna show off what the big selling point I think for this was when you were reading this to me. Again, we're on Astronaut Down.
Yep.
And so it's like, oh, first issue, typical, space stuff, ground control to Major Tom.
Yep.
All that, and then the very next page, something horrible is happening.
Terror.
And if that is not a hook to get you into like this, Astronaut Down Part 1, did I overcook the chicken? Is what this part is called. How that is so good.
It's good. It really is.
Yeah.
The variant cover for this is amazing.
The variant cover for this is amazing. Is our 1 in 15 variants. This one's gonna be $14.99, featuring our poor astronaut here going through the spin cycle in a washing machine.
Poor guy.
I love it.
I don't.
Do you disagree?
Nah.
That's what I thought.
I thought about it, but nah.
Next we have Archer and Armstrong Forever number 2. Next question is: the Planet have a trade for that Electra Daredevil?
I'll have to look.
Yeah,
definitely have to look.
you said it'd be Devil's Reign, right?
It'd be.
Well, Devil's Reign
it's
doesn't have a trade.
No,
yet.
Devil's Reign doesn't have a trade yet, but it starts off with Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run, which it's not an Electra Daredevil solo comic. That's when she becomes Electra Daredevil, and then that leads on into Devil's Reign.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
But so we have Archer and Armstrong number 2. What's really cool is that we have number 1 here still at the Planet. We have a wood carved variant.
Yeah, no, we got a bunch of those,
Yeah, well,
or a few.
no, we got two.
Two.
One for Green.
I know
One for Anderson.
one's up at the Greenville store.
And it's actually wood carved.
Yeah,
That's so cool. I don't know too much about this series. I know this.
I know nothing.
These guys are partying. It's just like one of those
I guess. I
bro
don't know.
comics
What's going
kind of.
Yeah, but that wood card variant is so sweet.
It's so nice.
It really is.
If you find a trade, I would like it.
You got it.
We'll
We'll
keep
be
that
sure
in
to
mind.
look.
All right, and then up next we have Skybound presents After School number 1. So Skybound being Robert Kirkman's company, and he's always close with Image. Imagine that. This is going to be a brand new series, which I think the selling point for that one is the back here featuring a dog smoking a cigarette. Right?
It's amazing. I love it.
I mean, this look.
It's got a cute little dog. Is she like holding the dog so tight? Oh yeah, there's blood on it.
Well, yeah. So the thing about
Okay,
this
I
dog
see.
is that this dog is pure evil.
Oh,
Is what I'm gathering.
I had
here.
no clue.
There's quite some
Oh.
horrific imagery in this. You wouldn't expect it. I like because they lure you in with the dog, and then you
it's just
open it
horrific.
up, and
It's
you're
like
like,
Mr. Pickles.
yeah, you're like, it's just like Mr. Pickles,
It's Mr. Pickles all
except
over
good. It show's not.
Mr. Pickles is horrible.
Horrible show.
All right, don't
Moving
watch
on
it.
to another well-known name, we have Spawn number 330.
I love myself some Spawn, man.
What do you know? What can you gush about some Spawn for me?
I can gush about a little bit of Spawn, dude. Now this guy is basically I don't even know if I can call him a parody of superheroes because he's
Pull After School.
You
We
got
got you. Is it written by Kirkman? It's not written by Kirkman. It's written by Benson. However,
it's under Kirkman's
yeah,
title.
Skybound presents. Skybound is Robert Kirkman's own personal company that he works alongside Image Comics.
Now Spawn is one of those characters where it's like he looks really edgy and that he seems like he should be an edgy character, but it's not just edgy, you know?
Mhm.
It also goes really deep into like the world and life and what it means to be alive, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely really good.
Life and death and all that.
King Spawn and Gunslinger, I can't say too much on, but the main Spawn run, really enjoyable, really good stuff.
Yeah, Spawn is just like one of the coolest characters around, like design in terms of all that. We also have the
Very
sketch
venom.
cover. I have nothing to talk about with sketch covers.
There's nothing.
Corner Todd McFarlane at a convention, make him draw you a picture.
Yeah, just force him to.
Yeah.
If he says, "Well, you gotta pay me," say no.
say why you pay you
Ha! It's just like that.
full Spawn all covers. We got
You
you.
got
Moving on, we only have one copy of this because fun fact about today, Diamond Shipment, our indies.
It really messed up.
A lot
for us.
of them got smashed. So
they kind of just threw they threw some of the in one of the boxes. They kind of just threw a bunch of stuff in there and
crushed them, just pounded them into the dust.
Just
so we have
we're gonna fit them. It's fine.
We have this one single Doctor Who issue because there were many. Now there are not.
Which I don't know if you know much about Doctor Who, but I do.
I actually do. I know. Well, I watched Doctor Who through Christopher Eccleston through Tennant, and I stopped when Matt Smith became the Doctor.
I love Matt Smith Doctor.
Yes, I didn't even give him a shot. I was like, no.
No, I love Matt Smith. No, I love the Doctor. I love Doctor Who. I've been caught up until Jodie Whittaker, and I haven't caught up on her most recent season. But outside of that, I'm all caught up.
You're all. I didn't know you were that far into you a Whovian.
I'm a Whovian, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to think it because I don't really talk about it much.
He's talking about Star Wars mostly.
Talk about Star Wars a lot.
It's
No, but I like
Spider-Man.
Doctor Who. I think it's really good.
I know the
mostly.
Weeping Angels. Weeping Angels are terrifying.
I think that these are the origins. I can't. I didn't
Ooh.
read it. I didn't get the chance, but it just says down there.
It does
says
say origins. Yeah, you're right. This
So
is
it
the
looks like that's the origins
the
of
origin of
the
Weeping Angels.
Doctor Who is pretty fun. I enjoyed I loved Peter Capaldi. I didn't like his last season.
Peter
that much.
Capaldi is like, I was upset with myself that I skipped Matt Smith because it meant I felt like I couldn't watch Peter Capaldi.
You can still watch Peter Capaldi.
I mean, I probably should.
That's the whole thing about Doctor Who is that like, oh, I'm not caught up on this character. Okay, well now I get a new doctor showed up. I can just,
That's true. I guess it's like comic books in a lot of ways.
Exactly.
It's like,
It very much
new
is.
run, I'm in.
it's very much a reboot.
Because Peter
Every
Capaldi, like he looks like my kind of doctor. I like a no nonsense doctor. Matt Smith seemed too fun.
Matt Smith, I love Matt Smith. David Tennant was fun.
David Tennant was fun, but he had his moments where he got a little crazy.
Oh, dude, David Tennant. The best part about him is that he's all goofy and fun and stuff, and then all of a sudden he gets really dark and he's like, "I'm going to slaughter you." It's the best. I love
That
it.
is the best part. Moving on to Blade Runner Origins. We were just talking about how much I love Blade Runner and how anything with the Blade Runner name, I'm all over it. If this is Blade Runner Origins number 12, actually. The title confuses me every single time.
Yep.
Because just like we literally just looked at Doctor Who Origins, and that's a one shot. This one, it made me think like, oh, this is a new one.
It is
It's
not. that is an ongoing that we have going on right now.
Yeah,
I'm not caught up with it, but I love Blade Runner. I love Blade
Oh,
Runner
man.
2049.
Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049 are some of my favorite movies of all time.
The Death Cure, it always confuses me because I think it's part of it. It's not.
Matt Smith is good too, but not my favorite. Yeah, that's fair.
I love Matt Smith though.
just-
David Tennant's the best. He just
Yeah,
is.
I mean, he is Doctor Who.
He
pretty much.
is the Doctor, dude.
Moving on to more sci-fi that I absolutely love.
Dune.
Dune. And if you guys haven't seen the movie, incredible.
It's a really
so
good movie.
But yeah, so this is issue number 2 of a miniseries of Dune: The Waters of Canley. So you know how deep in like the lore is for Dune. It is insane.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. There's what there's like 7 or 8 books.
There,
along
even know.
with tabletop RPGs, and all of it connects. Like Dune
the
is one of
comics and the
and the comics. Dune is like one of and the NFTs
no, I'm
and the
joking.
lore NFTs.
The lore and the NFT.
Dune is like one of like the most like well thought out worlds.
I would say it's very Star Wars esque.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And
maybe
that's
like
the thing.
only rival to Star Wars. But we have a
Fun fact: Dune lore is longer than most actual sand dunes. I believe it.
that's very true and true. So here are some pricey variants of that. We have the cover B here, which is going to be $24.99. So that's I wish I knew. These characters seem a lot more colorful than I would expect for Dune. Actually,
Yeah, Dune's
now I
pretty-
think about it, dude's rocking the red hair and the blue. Well, I know whether he's got the blue eyes, but the
Blue
red, the red hair for Dune is actually something you don't see a lot.
Nah.
We have a cover E. This is number 2 of 4. This one's just going to be I believe this is a $25 variant.
I have no idea. It
I
doesn't
believe
sound right.
so. That one didn't say. But here is our standard cover B, which look at that art. That is
It's
insane.
fantastic.
That's so good.
I also like the way that these books are, the way that they feel.
They feel nice.
It's not just paper. It's much better.
Yeah, I love it. And then up next we had Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer, which is the most metal series I think we have on the show.
Very much so.
I mean,
we have that what's that one that's about the band?
Disturbed.
We have the Disturbed series too.
That was last time.
That's pretty sick.
We'll get back to Disturbed.
We'll get
when
back
we
to
have another
Disturbed.
one. But yeah, right
Next
now
month.
we're on Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer, which looks like a heavy metal cover.
It does. It
Hey,
very much does.
Everything about like if you like Conan the Barbarian, if you like anything with like what is it? What's Conan's race called? Why am I forgetting what Conan is?
Conan?
Yeah.
It's a barbarian?
Yes.
I have no clue.
Wow. I'm blanking on this. That's
I'm blanking on that
unfortunate.
too.
I'm gonna show while I try and figure out what Conan was. I'm going to show off the other variant covers here, which all are sweet. And then I love this because it's the most like tonal whiplash I've ever seen. We have these cool like heavy metal covers, and then
Action figures.
action figure
We have the action figure variant.
for $5.99.
It's in our special case too.
Death Dealer's a Marvel character too, right? Is there a character in Marvel named
This is a different Death Dealer.
different Death Dealer?
Different Death Dealer. There's a character named Death Dealer, but this is not him.
And this is going to be our final $9.99 variant for Death Dealer, which that one looks like a sweet movie poster.
It does.
Got
It's
the name
really
at the
cool.
bottom. Oh, so good. I mean, everything about this is just like that is my aesthetic.
Yeah,
It's just heavy metal, like blood and guts.
I do.
Dudes
I
with,
love
like-
I love the red eyes that this Death Dealer has.
Dudes
It's
with
great.
like giant sharp objects, just covers everything.
Up next we have ETER.
ETER. This is going to be Volume 2 for AWA Upshot. I don't know. Do you know the gimmick with AWA Upshot?
So no,
That is me and Katie talk about it all the time. This is number 1 for Death Dealer. It's number 2 actually. I believe we might have a number 1 elsewhere in the store, but don't quote me on that, Thomas. I'm not sure. But
I have no clue either.
so the gimmick with AWA Upshot is that they only do one of 4. They only do like 4-issue miniseries. So every other week you'll see a new one start up, and they're great stories because 4-issue
It's just
miniseries.
4 issues. Yeah,
you
they
follow them
know.
along. It's like, oh, this one looks pretty cool. This sci-fi one looks fun, and they're all like creator-owned, really cool stuff. It's like Image before Image became corporate.
I like the gimmick of ETER where it's just aliens that need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, man. It's just it's like a medical drama.
I'll say
But for,
it's like a what's it called? Grey's Anatomy in space.
I was gonna say House.
Oh,
But that works too.
That works too. Yeah,
Grey's Anatomy probably is a better option.
Grey's Anatomy in
I
space.
mean, House is a better show, but
I haven't seen either.
Up next we have G.I. Joe, a real American hero, number 293. And
God,
so
I'm tired.
out of a G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Ninja Turtles, which one's your favorite?
Oh, Transformers.
Really?
Yeah.
More than Turtles?
Whenever I was a kid, I grew up on Transformers more than Turtles.
Man, that's surprising
I know it's weird.
because we'll get to that later.
Mentioning Katie.
Yeah,
Nah, she's gone. Get over it.
yeah.
Get with it.
Yeah.
I'm better. I'm the new one.
I'm waiting for her to show up in the chat. One of these days she'll show up and just
It's just like 2 a.m. for her.
yeah. I mean, it was 12 in the morning.
12 a.m.
Oh, Turtles for Thomas? Absolutely.
You got it.
Turtles is the way to go. No, he's saying which one's his favorite. What are you doing? Yeah, paying attention to the show. anymore?
I forgot.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
I thought.
right
oh,
after
dude,
ranting about how
I'm
you better
sorry,
than
bro.
me?
I've been reading The Last Ronin and stuff, dude.
Oh, Last Ronin's incredible.
It's
Moving on, we have Orcs, the Curse. The Curse.
the
The
curse.
Curse.
I know nothing about what's going on in Orcs
This-
because it's a new number
The
1.
new number 1. If you like that dark, or looks like it's like why is it sci-fi? It's fantasy.
It's very
old
fantasy.
kind of like Willow.
It reminds me of that. What's that thing that Jim Henson did?
Labyrinth. No,
No,
why did I say that? Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal. It reminds me
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much of Dark Crystal. Just based off the covers.
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of vibe. Here is our variant cover for that, and then we have our little pricey variant. This one's gonna be $9.99. Get those
Got
pest
the old
here.
wizard.
Just saying, Tyler for DC, Lance for Marvel, Katie for Indies, kind of an OP. Crew.
That's what I'm trying to convince him about too. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what
I
we're.
think I should come in for guest appearance every week and be like, "Oh, here's the Marvel segment," and then just leave
And then we just.
because we don't have enough room for
just-
3 people.
That's true. We need a new set for 3 people.
We do,
But
We need another
I'm
one.
gonna hype you up. Then, if the Indies are starting to lose you a little bit, we're getting ready because it's time for the ladies.
the
segment.
ladies segment.
The ladies segment.
It's
Let's
about
go.
time.
We're getting ready for. I've said the name enough times. I know you've already forgotten it. Katie had a hard time with this name. What do you think this name is?
Well, wait. But Valit and Valurin. Ladies, Thomas gets it.
That is
Who doesn't love women?
Baylet
Baylet.
and Valeria.
I almost got it right.
Baylet.
And Valerian. That's close enough to. It's the same thing, dude.
Man, we had another copy of Baylet that was like a cool animated series style look to
and
it,
somebody took it.
and someone took it. I loved that. I really
It
wanted
was,
to
it
talk
was
about
already in
that one on the
somebody's
show.
pool.
That was my favorite Baylet.
I think we had a lot of Baylet covers, but
Yeah, they all got pulled.
I'll say every single one of them got pulled.
Baylet's been very popular.
Very.
Moving on to another lady, we have number 10 for Barbarella. I
More women.
like her cat. Look, she's got like the space cat.
That is not a
with the-
cat, dude.
What do you mean it's not a
That
cat?
thing's like a rabbit.
That's not a rabbit. Just because the ears are big, that's a rabbit?
Yeah.
No, you guys think cat, rabbit. Make
I
a
think it's
pick.
like a rabbit, honestly.
No. I think a three-person panel would work. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we need a new set.
We need a. I think we should get a new background, honestly. This
Green
one-
screen.
We need a green screen
Green screen's the way to
background.
go. Here's our pricier variants for Barbarella. This is going to be our 125.
The
Therefore,
black and white variant.
Thomas is voting rabbit. He agrees with you.
Exactly. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas gets it, dude.
I don't know about that. I think it was Thomas now.
Nah, Thomas knows everything now. I agree with him.
This is our $24.99 black and white variant for Barbarella, and here is our the best one, $15.99. Like cool poster looking variant. Like it's like an old pulp kind of.
If it wasn't a comic behind it, you'd hang it on your wall.
I mean, I hang on them all regardless.
Fair
Up
enough,
next,
I guess.
we have Betty Page. We had a lot of covers of her, and all that we have left is the real deal.
I said we had a lot of variants of Betty Page, and every single one of them got thinking about somebody too.
They did. There's only
People love Betty Page.
only two variants left for Betty Page in the ladies segment. We have the one showing off the actual model,
In our secret censored version.
secret censored variant.
Oh, I wonder what's under there. Oh, you have to buy it to find out because we're not opening
It's
this.
going to be exactly $10. Who is brave enough to pay $10 to figure out what's behind this this plastic wall?
Well, let's see how much money I got in my bank account.
Live on opening right here on the
Live
show.
opening right there. Sold off.
Up next, we have a mainstay of the lady segment. We have Red Sonja. I love this cover. Her like doing the cool pose.
Who doesn't love Red Sonja?
After just cutting down all these. To be fair, Tyler, I could definitely see how you might think that rabbit is a cat with elongated ears.
It's definitely a rabbit though. Tyler, you need new glasses. All right. You need new ones, dude.
My glasses are for close or for far away, not close up.
Maybe you should get a pair from close up too.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so here is our Red Sonja cover, and I love this variant. That's going to be a $29.99 variant, but it's got like the cool back shot. It reminds me of, like, it's like a Wonder Woman kind of
Very
shot.
much Wonder Woman.
Yeah, with like the battle armor.
But
And, like,
much more nude.
I mean, Wonder Woman, depending on the costume,
Depending
depending on the era.
Sometimes she has like that big back dip.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
You're like, I think about Injustice League, the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder
They
Cut.
like
Yeah.
that exact shot. Moving on to, I had these a little bit out of order. What's
Oh,
wrong
shame on
with
you,
me?
bro. What are
Shame
you
on
doing?
me. How can I get my ladies all out of order? We have Nyx, and I know if
The
Jody's
new
still
experience.
if Jody's still in the chat. Jody was one of the first ones to ever drop lore on us about Nyx. Nyx is Vampirella's villain, I believe.
I had no clue.
Yeah, the lore goes hard behind these.
That's great, dude.
The classic ladies pose from behind. Yeah,
That's how you draw in. That's how you draw in people, dude.
that's how you
You want
draw.
readers, get the old behind pose.
I
Same
wish-
thing for Nightwing, though.
yeah. If you're a woman or Nightwing, that's the pose you get.
That's what you get.
I like this variant for Nyx because it's like with
A baby on fire.
yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. I know obviously there's like some kind of monster. How's it going, Jody? Yeah, see, you can reaffirm if my Nyx being Vampirella's villain is correct or not.
That was crazy, dude. I don't even know.
I like that you and I thought the same thing though. We saw this carriage instead of thinking that there's some kind of monster breathing fire in there. That's a baby on
It
fire.
looks like a baby.
That is a carriage that's burning, and she's like, "Did I do that?
Whoopsies.
Oh no!"
Man, she's just like me. Anyway. Yes.
I'm right. I remember
See,
the lore.
Jody's right, dude.
Yeah. Jody is right. He's
No,
always
no,
right,
Jody
too.
confirmed that you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Here's another variant.
What is
showing off-
happening with that carriage? It's on fire and it's a monster. It's a baby monster carriage on fire.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
true.
think.
The carriage is alive. That's
It's-
what's cool about that one.
Is it?
Yeah,
crazy.
it's got eyes.
Like-
It's got
Because it
eyes.
has eyes does not mean it's a
Got a
lot.
mouth.
Regardless, that doesn't matter.
Here is our get those pesky words out of here virgin covers. This is
One
our
of
$24.99 variant. So good. And then back to the baby. Here it is, $29.99. See, the thing's alive. It's got teeth.
It's got teeth and eyes, and it could be.
That is some kind of hellish carriage creature.
That's fine because it's on fire.
Well, no, it's breathing
Maybe it's
fire.
breathing fire.
It's breathing fire.
It's
I
fine.
don't know if it's fine. It might be fine.
It's probably fine.
Moving on back to another mainstay
one.
of the ladies segment, we have Vampirella Strikes. The
Who
amount
doesn't love Vampirella?
the amount of times I think I've seen Vampirella posing on a comic cover with like a skull.
At least twice a month. At least. It's
Yeah.
iconic.
It is iconic, and you just don't get tired of it. But,
Vampirella is definitely the most iconic person, like the most iconic lady segment we got.
She probably is like the face. It's like her and Red Sonja, they're fighting for it.
They are. But I'd say Vampirella personally.
And if you,
Oh, here's another classic one.
yeah, if you want Vampirella holding not a skull but a heart
I wish you could hold my heart.
out like that,
Just like that, dude.
I wish Vampirella would kill me.
I let her do it, bro. Who wouldn't? It's Vampirella.
You're right. I mean, she's been around a long time. It's like a viral.
I'd say, dude. We got some more
I
variants. coming up.
love these kind of variants where they just like swap the
Neon?
colors. Yeah, they just like give like a neon filter
It's a
over
very
it.
neon color palette. It really
and,
is.
And if you want her holding the heart and the neon colors, get those pesky words out of here.
Yeah.
Here is our cover.
Who wants to see the words, dude?
Yeah,
All you need is the lady herself, Vampirella.
Vampirella Strikes, a continuation story, is a continuous story after defeating Nyx.
Good to know. See,
That's
If
Nyx. You think that's Nyx's heart or skull? Because
Probably.
she defeated Nyx.
you know what? I'm gonna say it is.
Oh,
Maybe it's
wow.
that carriages.
Man, oh man,
Maybe it's the baby inside of that carriage.
she killed the baby in the carriage.
She
and
killed the
that's
baby.
why.
She killed the thing.
I will. I need to brush up on my lore. I gotta figure this out.
I'll say one day I'm gonna listen to like a 5-hour long video about the Vampire lore, and I'll be caught up and actually be able to read.
That's a
the
good idea.
comics.
That's gonna wrap up our ladies segment, which
Just
you
like
know
what I do with the man.
it's always sad saying goodbye to the ladies. But moving on to another little fella who's Jody. Your inside is awesome. It is.
Thank God.
It is true. But we have another little fella here, Twig. This little creature has taken the world by storm in terms of comics. When we first got the issue number 1, we got a million of those, and like the amount of
Look at him, this cute little thing, and there's a horrific monster.
and there's
above
a
him. Who doesn't love
horror,
it?
like there's some kind of eldritch horror that's going to devour him. Perhaps
It's actually terrifying.
only
honestly.
you can buy the book and stop him from dying.
No, you can't. You buy the book, you're gonna watch him die.
He's got like 4 more issues to go. He's good.
Nah, he's dead.
Here's
Those
our
4 issues are about his mortuary.
here. It's just a funeral.
No.
Little-
Oh, it's terrible.
Little-
I'm
little-
sure the little guy survives. I'm sure he does.
I don't know. This
Look at
eye
him,
is
he's
looking at
cute.
him funny.
No, I'm sure.
He's-
Poke it.
He's not.
I'm not scared of giant eyeballs, dude. All you gotta do is punch them. They're out of it.
Pull Twig all covers. You got it,
That's a
Ramel.
good choice, dude.
Here's
These
our-
twig variants are fantastic.
Here's our Scotty Young variant. This is written by Scotty Young.
And it's
this
horrific.
Yeah, that one. That one, he seems to be in pain.
That one is honest to God horrific. It's like seeing a tiny little baby getting tortured. It's,
We're gonna go back to the original here.
It's
This is our
horrible.
$9.99 variant. Get those pesky words up out of here, and then we're gonna get Twig up out of here because Ramel has claimed all of them.
Eldritch
Eldritch
horror,
horror,
you
you
say.
say.
Dude, look at it. It's terrifying.
I don't know how else to describe it.
All right.
Next, we have issue number 4 of Star Trek Discovery, based on the hit NBC series.
I think it's an NBC series. It's
What-
not an ABC. I
What
don't
I'm more
know.
distracted by is on the back of this, they're advertising a Last Ronin hardcover trade.
It's.
That
I'm buying it.
is exciting.
I'm getting it.
We gotta get like 50 copies of that for the plan.
I was saying, 'cause
Everybody's gonna
I know
want one.
everyone. I know everyone who works here is going to want one, and everybody on the show is going to want one too.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love the Last Ronin? It's the best thing to ever come out of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Ever. Fight me. I don't care.
Up next, we have another new number 1 from Aftershock. Aftershock is
Thanks,
all about the Lance is killing me with the banter. CBS and Paramount of Star Trek. Oh, good to know.
CBS. Okay.
I love Aftershock decided, you know what? I'm gonna release 2 number 1s for sci-fi horrors in the same week.
I want to read this one. Where
This
starships
one-
go to die. It has a very promising premise, and it has a very great looking cover.
Yeah, like the art in this. Anytime, I mean, I'm such a sucker for space. Just like these cool like shots of like the
I
planet.
mean, dude, I got a
outside.
Star Wars tattoo. I'm a space sucker in general. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, these kind of like creatures they're attacking, so
It
good.
is so dope.
So we have several copies of Where Starships Go to Die, and then we have a 1 pricey variant. This is going to be $14.99. But
Not
look
too
at
bad.
that. Look at that. It's like, oh man, just this person disintegrating.
It's so cool, dude.
This is like
I
a
love
more
it.
brutal version of like the Batman variant that we had.
Yeah. It's like if Batman, you actually get to see a skull.
Space is super fun.
I agree.
Says Thomas.
Space is amazing, dude.
That might be the last thing to say about that one. Just space is fun. And actually, I'm going to rearrange this because up next we're going to talk about another new number 1 from Dark Horse, The Ward. And I didn't get a chance to super look at this one,
I didn't get a chance to read it.
but I see. Oh, you know what?
It looks very fantasy.
This is kind of it's fancy, but when you really look at it, this is like another General Hospital type thing. It's like fantasy creatures in a hospital setting. That's what
in a psychiatric ward, I see.
That's a different ward. This is a medical ward.
Wrong ward. What's the difference?
I
anyway?
think you need to be in a psychiatric
You're
ward.
probably right.
And
I see no difference.
up next, we're almost done here. We have Mighty Morphin number 20, featuring a cool action shot of the Pink
I was
Ranger.
surprised that there's no variants for this.
We normally do, and normally, like,
Mhm.
I'm surprised that we even have Power Rangers for the show because Power Rangers almost always get scooped up by all the people. Pull the ward, please. We got you, Mel.
Let's see. Tyler, look at this awesome cover. What's that angle where you can't see it? Come on, Tyler.
Yeah.
Do better, dude.
I mean, there you go. That's
Look
what I
at it. It's
thought.
like a
About.
skull.
I'm
It's
pretty
got-
sure. I'm pretty it was showing off. You know, it's the wrapping makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's true. The
I was
rapid.
also too. That's how you know the art is good. I was so
Yeah.
distracted.
Tyler wanted to see it for himself. He didn't want to show it to you guys.
I didn't. Yeah, it's for me.
Maybe if you bought it, you guys would be able to see it, right?
But we're gonna end the show here with our last indie book, with The Last Bot Standing number 2. I believe Thomas picked this up on his pull. So if you did, Thomas, I think you did.
I think
Let me
you
know
did
what you
too.
think about it.
Now, Tyler described this to me as the last Ronin of Transformers.
It basically is the last run of Transformers, featuring Hot Rod from the '80s Transformers movie.
And now I've got to read it because I love Transformers. I love the last Ronin.
Did you watch the messing with you? Tell you definitely showed it. Oh well, just I had to double check. You just keep me on my toes, Thomas. I like it.
Exactly.
But you watched the animated Transformers movie, didn't you?
Of course, dude.
The '80s one.
Yeah,
got the touch.
I think about the one where
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime dies.
He dies in the first 15 minutes, and
Yeah.
Hot Rod becomes the main character.
Mhm.
Our man, the last spot standing, Hot Rod.
He's the last spot standing, bro.
And so what's
And
also
everybody hated it today.
the first one had some fantastic art. It really did. And what's
I got a chance to read it.
what's
I
crazy
really
about
need to.
this is that I didn't mention it with number one. But I can talk about it here. I was telling you earlier. IDW has lost the Transformers license. So not only is Hot Rod the last spot standing, this book is the last Transformers book that IDW will be publishing.
It's so rough,
It's
dude.
just so rough.
It's so rough.
sad.
They've done so good with the title.
Yeah, and so this is like the grand finale where it's a good standalone story. But if you have been following Transformers up to this point, it's the grand finale for all of it, and that's very exciting. Yeah, I think they lost it to Image Comics. I've heard Image. Well, actually, I think Image is the main one I've heard because I heard Skybound, Robert Kirkman's company, got it, which means if Skybound got it, that means Image is gonna be taking it.
I'll say if Skybound got it, that means that Robert Kirkman's about to do hopefully great stuff with it.
Yeah,
I
so
hope.
where the Transformers going to go? Yeah, that's the main room right now. I heard Marvel too, but I thought we would have heard by now
I feel like
If it
Marvel
were
would have made it
Marvel-
a huge deal.
because everyone's like, yeah, they're going back to Marvel. We don't know that.
No, Marvel would have made it like the biggest deal, I think.
They would have been like, look what we own again. It's
Well, look at that.
Transformers. They're back. First things up: Spider-Man, Transformers, Optimus Prime crossover.
Spider-Man, Iron Man, Avengers, Judgment Day,
Aven-
Axe, I don't know.
Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals versus Inhumans versus Transformers
Exactly.
versus Autobots versus Decepticons
Versus the Fantastic Four.
versus Primal versus Maximals versus Predacons.
Just throw Vampiro in there too.
And then,
Whatever,
that's how
man. I'm
we're-
sure she's in the background somewhere.
but that was a lot. Thankfully, not as much as our first week. But how you think we did well?
I think we did well this time. We've only got 5 minutes over. 6
Only
minutes
5
over.
minutes over. We like to talk.
We do like to
We like
talk.
to talk about
It's
a
a
lot of people
problem.
here. Love talking with all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining
Austin
this
didn't
week.
stop by this week.
Austin did not. I'll have to,
He told me he'd be on here yesterday.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bully him for that one.
Let's call him out.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate you. We love having you around, and we will see you next week.
I hope.
Yeah, yeah. So this is us signing off.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. And then we do the thing where we just like
It's not gonna
banter
work.
until it goes away.
It's
because
gonna go-